What is happening in the sports world? We're diving headfirst into the biggest headlines that you absolutely cannot miss. The news cycle is moving at warp speed, and if you're not plugged in, you're missing out. Get ready for some massive updates that are shaking things up. We've got quarterback controversies, surprising decisions, and teams fighting for their season right out of the gate. You're about to get the inside scoop on what's really going on. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single second of this. First up, the New York Giants are facing a major quarterback question mark. After a tough season opener, Coach Brian Daboll is playing coy about who will be under center next week. Will Russell Wilson keep the starting job, or is it time for rookie Jaxson Dart to get his shot? The pressure is on in New York. And speaking of pressure, Russell Wilson's performance has been put under the microscope. Despite a strong offseason, his Week 1 showing left a lot to be desired, especially in critical red zone moments. With a talented backup waiting in the wings and a frustrated star receiver on the field, the Giants' offensive struggles are becoming a major storyline. We're breaking down exactly what went wrong and what it means for the team's future. Finally, we're getting a direct word from the coach himself, Brian Daboll, on the Giants' struggles, his quarterback situation, and the team's red zone woes. He's not shying away from the tough questions, but are his answers enough? You need to hear this. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our daily drops. Is Russell Wilson the future? Daboll's silence sparks Giants QB debate. After a stinging 21-6 season-opening loss to the Washington Commanders, the New York Giants find themselves in an all-too-familiar position, questioning their quarterback. Head coach Brian Daboll refused to definitively name Russell Wilson as the Week 2 starter, leaving fans and analysts buzzing. Wilson's performance was a major concern, completing just 17 of 37 passes for a meager 168 yards and struggling mightily under pressure, connecting on only 2 of 12 attempts for 26 yards. The Giants' offensive struggles were starkly evident, particularly in the red zone, where they failed to convert on 2 critical opportunities, settling for field goals or turnovers instead of touchdowns. This inability to capitalize on scoring chances, coupled with a general lack of offensive rhythm, has put significant pressure on both Wilson and the coaching staff. The selection of rookie Jaxson Dart in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft looms large, with many speculating his debut could be imminent, potentially as early as Week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys. The frustration isn't just contained to the sidelines. Star receiver Malik Nabers was visibly agitated, engaging in a heated sideline discussion with Daboll. While the coach downplayed the exchange as competitive fire, it highlights the growing tension surrounding the team's offensive woes. Fans are voicing their disappointment online, with many calling for a change at quarterback to spark the offense and avoid another season of falling short. The Giants' offensive unit must find an identity fast, or the pressure will continue to mount. Don't go anywhere, because the drama is just heating up. We've got more quarterback uncertainty brewing, and this time it involves a Super Bowl champion's future. Wilson's job on the line, Giants' offense in crisis mode. The New York Giants season is teetering on the brink after a dismal Week 1 performance, and the spotlight is squarely on quarterback Russell Wilson. Despite defensive efforts from Kayvon Thibodeaux and Abdul Carter, the offense could only muster 6 points in a 21-6 loss to the Commanders. Wilson's 17 of 37, passing for 168 yards, was insufficient, and his inability to convert in the red zone, failing on 2 crucial opportunities inside the 5-yard line, proved costly. Coach Brian Daboll's lukewarm endorsement of Wilson as the starter, while confirming he remains the QB1 for now, did little to quell concerns. The presence of first-round pick Jaxson Dart as the backup and Jameis Winston as the emergency third quarterback underscores the team's contingency planning and the growing dilemma. Stick with Wilson and risk another stagnant offensive season or accelerate Dart's development. The tension is palpable, highlighted by receiver Malik Nabers' on-field frustration with Daboll, a testament to the offensive malaise. Nabers, targeted 12 times for just 71 yards, expressed his concern over missed cues, penalties, and sacks contributing to the lack of offensive cohesion. With a tough matchup against the Dallas Cowboys looming, the Giants' offensive unit must find an identity and an answer at quarterback, or risk alienating their fanbase and repeating past failures. The defense shows promise, but the offense is currently a major liability. But wait, there's more. We're getting straight to the source with Coach Brian Daboll himself, dissecting every detail of that tough loss. Daboll speaks, inside the Giants' red zone woes and QB dilemma. New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll didn't mince words following the team's Week 1 defeat, acknowledging that the offense simply wasn't good enough, especially in the critical red zone. Offensively, 6 points, it's tough to win a game, Daboll stated, pinpointing a lack of rhythm on early downs and the failure to convert 2 red zone opportunities into touchdowns as key issues. He confirmed that while he has confidence in quarterback Russell Wilson, the entire offensive unit, including coaches and players, needs to improve. When pressed about quarterback Jaxson Dart, Daboll was firm, stating he did not consider playing him during the game. He explained the decision to kick a field goal on the 2-yard line was a strategic choice to get points on the board after a series of negative plays and a penalty, rather than coming away with nothing. Daboll also addressed the struggles with running the ball and the high number of third downs, emphasizing the need for positive momentum plays early in drives. Daboll also commented on the interaction with star receiver Malik Nabers, describing it as a moment between 2 highly competitive individuals focused on winning. He acknowledged Nabers' desire to get the ball and the team's current offensive standing. While acknowledging the defensive effort, particularly against the Commanders' offense, Daboll reiterated that the team's overall performance was not good enough, and the focus must now shift to preparing for the Dallas Cowboys. He confirmed Jaxson Dart earned his backup spot, but maintained Wilson remains the starter, pending further evaluation. Now, let's get the definitive word on the quarterback situation straight from the coach's mouth. Is Russell Wilson's starting role secure? Daboll's non-commitment. Wilson's Giants' future uncertain after Week 1 stumble. Following the New York Giants' disappointing 21-6 loss to the Washington Commanders, head coach Brian Daboll remained conspicuously non-committal about Russell Wilson retaining his starting quarterback position for Week 2. Wilson's performance was a significant concern, with a stat line of 17 of 37 passing for 168 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions, and a particularly poor showing under pressure. Despite multiple opportunities, Daboll declined to explicitly name Wilson the starter for the upcoming game against the Dallas Cowboys, instead stating, "We're going to get home and look at our game." Daboll's responses offered little clarity, emphasizing a collective need for improvement from every coach, every player, rather than singling out Wilson. This ambiguity is amplified by the presence of rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart, a first-round pick who earned the backup role over veteran Jameis Winston and was reportedly in line for a package of plays that ultimately went unused. Wilson played every offensive snap in Week 1. Quarterback Russell Wilson acknowledged the team's struggles, particularly in the red zone, where 2 critical opportunities were squandered. He stated that the game was simple in the sense that we didn't convert in the red zone, and that the defense stopped us on both occasions. Despite the growing speculation and fan desire for Dart to play, Wilson expressed focus on what he can control and confidence in the team's effort, though the offensive struggles echo those of previous seasons. The Giants' decision on their starting quarterback moving forward will be heavily scrutinized, especially after a Week 1 performance that fell far short of preseason expectations. And that's a wrap on our Giants QB drama. But the sports world never sleeps, and we've got another major development coming up that could shake up the league. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. The Giants' quarterback situation remains uncertain after a tough loss, Russell Wilson's job is under fire, and Coach Daboll is keeping everyone guessing. We broke down all the key details and reactions, giving you the inside scoop you need. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the Roger Report for more exclusive updates, ring that notification bell so you never miss a video, drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on the Giants' QB dilemma, and follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content. We'll see you next time.